Christina, thanks very much for joining us from Frankfurt. A lot of discussion around core at the moment. Do you see that changing for investors?
In the past, core, it has always been perceived to be rather simple, tick the box mostly. I mean, strong covenant, long-term income stream, for example. The pandemic has now shaken up our lives and markets. It has accelerated trends that had already started, and it has become very clear that there's more to this. We need to ask and to understand, why can an asset generate strong, long-term, sustainable demand? And more importantly, will it do so beyond the current occupation? Is the asset located, configured in a way that it responds to the expectations of the users? And I mean, the tenants, in turn, their employees and customers. What purpose does an asset serve? Take the office as an easy example. You need flexible office spaces to accommodate innovation and teamwork in a safe environment. Also, is the asset ready to meet all the ESG requirements from the tenants, or even broader from its users? So it's a very dynamic context. The assets need to be, and even more importantly, need to stay future-proof. And it becomes clear that you need to be very active in order to successfully run a core strategy.
And how does the nature of core relate to the different sectors in that sense, Christina?
Core, the way we see it, it means future-proof. So one feature, it's a long-term, reliable income stream way beyond the current occupation. And ultimately, it comes down to the ability of an asset to generate a long-term sustainable demand from occupiers, which then translates into being future-proof. And you can look at this from different angles. You can break it down to different sectors. It will always be about purpose. Take the office again as an example. Work from home. I mean, it's here to stay, but still, the corporates, they need their headquarters to transport their vision, to accommodate teamwork, to allow innovation, creativity, to host the clients. And the question is the asset capable to meet these expectations? Another, I think, very easygoing example is retail. Why do people continue to go into a shop? Maybe because they want to look and feel. Maybe it's, an event. They want to sit in a nice cafe, in a nice restaurant in a historic city afterwards. Or maybe it's just easy because they want to collect things that they've ordered online. But either way, I think you need the right asset and the right micro location to meet and to respond to this set of expectations. So whatever sector you look at, it's the same answer, no matter the sector, actually. So an asset meeting the requirements from its users, clients, employees, stakeholders in general, and also looking into the future, which can adapt to changing expectations and requirements, is future-proof.
When we reach, hopefully fairly soon, equilibrium again in the market, where do you think the sectors will sit in relation to each other in terms of risk and return? Do you think that will have changed?
Right now, we are in a very, foggy, blurry environment. There's loads of questions flying around in the air. Will logistics be the largest asset class for a while? Will the office become irrelevant? Is retail maybe to be avoided generally? And even before the first wave of the pandemic hit, we have seen several trends going on, which have now been accelerated. But if we all take a step back and think and reflect about our own behavior in the crisis, I think part of the answer becomes clear already. So you need the office to transport a vision, accommodate teamwork. You want to socialize, get inspired. So inner city retail, it can't just be wiped out. But then on the other hand, e-commerce, it won't go away either. So looking at the proportions in the very long run, I think sectors that historically have been perceived as most liquid or safe havens, they won't just per default stay safe in this definition. We expect logistics, residential to continue to become viewed as more low-risk sectors. Their drivers have proven resilient, and we expect them to do so post-COVID as well. Office and retail, we believe in an equilibrium. It will be found, but unless it's a prime and a great location, return expectations will be slightly higher. But then generally, on our way there, as always, we will see ups and downs, we will see changes, we will see a variety of opportunities. And as always, when others are doubtful, then undervalued assets can be found.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see, I think, how the market develops. Thanks very much for joining us, Christina.
Thank you.